I'm going to do a little section here on playing in minor keys. Now, you don't see a lot of minor key tunes, a few here and there. What you're more likely to see is a section in a major key tune that goes to the minor, like on the bridge or something like that. That'll be the context you'll usually see. It's the same generally as playing in major keys, except because we play some variants on minor keys, it warrants at least a little bit of a separate look, and so that's what's next. For our examples in playing in minor keys, we're going to use the key of A minor, which you all know is the relative minor to the key of C major. They have the same notes, no sharps or flats, and they share. We're going to use that because it doesn't have sharps or flats, and it's a familiar key. Maybe this will seem easier and more comprehensible. Not that it's very hard or anything. They have the same in the A minor natural minor or pure minor or Aeolian mode form. It has the same scale, and it has the same basic body of chords. In the key of C, of course, it's C, D minor, E, F, G, A minor, B diminished, that we don't really use much in that form. It's not the same as the diminished chord you see called for, and C. A minor has those same chords. A minor is the one chord, that B diminished, C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor. Now, the basic cadence in A pure minor is A minor, G, A minor. You don't really see a lot of, you see plenty of old folk songs that have got that type of cadence to it. You don't see a lot of modern tunes. I think that Dolly Parton's Jolene has that. But in more modern times, say from the latter 17th century to the present, and please don't give me a bunch of snarky comments if I don't have this exactly right, we have been favoring using a 5-7 chord, E7, in the key of A minor, just as we use a 5-7 in the key of A major. And the reason that we like that E7th chord is it has the note G sharp, which is not, of course, in the key of A natural minor, which is the leading tone, a half step down from the tonic A, and that pulls the ear to the A. We like the tritone between that leading tone, G sharp, and the 7th of the E7th chord, D, that brings tension in and wants resolution. And we like good old root movement down a 5th, as opposed to. And so most tunes that you will hear now have got that E7th in there. And so, and many tunes use both the G as part of the progression, and then use that E7th with the G sharp in it as part of the, for cadence purposes, going to the A minor. And so how do you handle that if you are playing the harmonized scale? And it really is not very difficult at all. On the parts where you're playing the A7th, you would have that G sharp, and so you would have, I'm just going to spell this out kind of for you and not give you a bunch in the way of examples, but it's the notes of the E7th chord. In this case, it's going to be the note E, the root of the E7 chord played on the 7th fret of the A string, the G sharp played on the 6th fret of the D string. The next thing up from there would be the notes, just one, slide it all up one fret, F and A, which are the, you would know, part of the F chord. Then G sharp and B, the 7th fret D string and 4th fret G string, also part of the E chord. And then you're up to your A and C part for your A minor chord. So it would go. may be times when you're playing in that A minor that what you're going to want to hear is the A minor down to parts of the G chord, and other times it'll be A minor down to parts of that E7th chord. And that's kind of all there is to it. Now, that would be if you are using the A minor in the key of C, that is the 6th chord, 6 minor in the key of C. You may sometimes encounter a 5-7-1 relationship with a D minor chord in the key of C, the 2 minor chord, and you'll just have to do something similar there. It would be a little bit different in that the A7th there, you would not have that half step, you would have it coming up a whole step instead and playing the pair B and D. Whew. It's confusing to say all this stuff. You'll encounter that also. I can't think offhand of any tunes that would use a 5-7-1 relationship in regard to the 3 chord, E minor in the key of C, but again you would have to make whatever adjustments to the scale, but the important thing is to get the notes of the 7th chord, the 5-7 of the minor chord in question, and that's all there is to it. I realize I failed to say this expressly, but at the times when you don't have to contend with that 5-7 chord, you're playing your tune in the key of A minor, you're just going to use the very same thirds, pairs as you were when you're playing in the key of C major, making whatever adjustments you need to make it conform to the chord of the moment, just exactly like you did in the major keys.